Hey guys, it's me, Pinky C. Another one of my kind of rough days. It's alright, no worries, I'll get through it as I always do. Just been a little bit more depressed today than normal, but we're gonna get through this. I thought today I'd do more of a dressed down video. As you can see, I haven't done my horrible hair or my makeup. I just went online, looked up some AMA questions. Those of you who don't know what AMA is, that's Ask Me Anything. But since, I don't really have a way to ask you guys a lot of questions and have you ask me a lot of questions yet, I thought I'd just touch on a few just things that a lot of people would ask anyway, like favorites, and so on and so forth, and a few that are some deeper questions, but I figured that might be a good video, let you guys get to know me a little bit more. So let's begin, shall we? Fave color. Obviously, if you've seen my banner, it's purple, and my favorite animal is the owl, which I tried to draw that owl myself. It's really bad, I know, and I'm sorry, you guys, but I needed channel art, and that's my channel art for now, and I stick by it, and I'll stay with it until I'm able to hire somebody who can do a better job at drawing than I can. If you've watched my previous videos, then you know, I think I've mentioned that my absolute favorite band of all time is Korn. You're going to hear a lot out of me about Korn. They've absolutely revolutionized the music industry and saved my life and changed my life, and I am a huge fangirl when it comes to Jonathan Davis. Favorite YouTubers, obviously, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, love them, love them, love them. I'm also a huge fan of people like MatPat and his wife and Jack's Films and oh goodness, I watch a lot of Philip DeFranco, so, just the huge. My favorite store is and always will be Hot Topic. I don't care, I'm a 90s brat. All through school, I wore, like, the big pants with the chains, and I had crazy hair. If I can ever find a picture and I can get an editor where I can put pictures on here, I'll show you how ridiculous I used to look, but I would still dress that way if I could today. I love that look, and I will stand behind Hot Topic all the way. Then there's questions like, what are my phobias? I have a lot of phobias. Obviously I have like social anxiety, things like that, but true phobias. My biggest is the ocean and sharks. I live in Georgia, so I know you're trying to figure out where in the world such a phobia came from, but it really is a problem for me. The idea of getting in the ocean for me is terrifying. And it's not just because we don't know everything that's down there and we're not able to say, no, there's no monsters down there. We know there's monsters down there. Don't try and tell me there aren't monsters down there. There's monsters down there, number one. The other thing is that when you touch the ocean, when you just dip your toe into the ocean, you are literally part of this liquid form that touches everything on our planet. In that moment, you are touching the entire planet just by touching that water. I mean, I don't know, it's just such an overwhelming idea for me. Animals that I'm afraid of. I'm not very afraid of many animals per se. I'm not afraid of snakes, and I love rats. In fact, I have a rat tattooed on my arm. But I am like deathly terrified of scorpions and anything that can jump, like camel crickets or regular crickets or grasshoppers. I don't want them jumping on me. I don't know why. I know it's silly, guys. And living in the South, I am faced with them constantly. They're everywhere, but they are definitely something I'm afraid of. Let's see. What else do I want to let you guys know about? Am I more likely to avoid conflict or engage it head-on? Oh dear. I am very much a head-on type person. I am very opinionated, and I stick by my beliefs very strongly, and I'm not one to just let things go. If I feel like there's a conflict to be had, I'm not going to baby out of it. I will face it head on, and whatever consequences come with it. especially if we're talking about something I believe strongly in, such as gay rights, or if I feel like I'm witnessing someone else be bullied, I am absolutely the person to be like, okay, this isn't going to fly with me around. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, I'd say I'm more of a head-on type girl. What is something about yourself that you hope will change, but probably never will? Obviously, my mental state. I hope that eventually I'm able to get a hold on it to where I can, function without daily fighting with anxiety or depression or whatever the case may be. But to be honest and realistic, it probably will never change. And that's okay. I like myself the way I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. It's just something I would change if I could. Do you prefer people shoot straight with you or temper their words, and why? Absolutely shoot straight with me. Number one, it's easy to confuse me, and I may think you're joking or not realize what you're saying means as much to you if you don't shoot straight with me. Be honest with me. And I'm not saying be rude. No one has to be rude, but be honest. Sure, absolutely. What are 3 top qualities that draw you to someone new? Open-mindedness, kind of a laid-back, easy opinion on humor. They don't get too offended too easy, and a sense that they that they don't go with the flow, that they're more their own person. Those 3 things are definitely something that make me want to know more about that person. If you could restore one broken relationship, which would it be? This is the moment where any of my friends or family that are watching this right now are rolling their eyes, because they all know I'm going to say my ex-boyfriend Calvin. Obviously, I'm not sharing last names, but that relationship did not end in a way that I'm proud of, or in a way that it should have. And we were both young and going through a lot, and we both believed things we shouldn't have believed, and I didn't explain myself well. I'm not saying I want him back, I don't. From what I understand, he's happy and married, and that's great. I just wish that I could, talk to him and see how he's doing, and maybe kind of mend some of those fences back from when I was a kid and making dumb decisions. And, when he made some decisions that maybe he shouldn't have made. So, yeah, I think we all have that moment in our life. What do you consider unforgivable? Anything dealing with hurting children. If you hurt a child, or you do anything to hurt a child, you will not be forgiven by me. I can't look past or beyond that. Period. Can't do it. Sorry. Not going to happen. Have you forgiven yourself for past failures? Absolutely not. I have not forgiven myself for one failure yet. I am my own worst critic. Absolutely. I treat myself like crap when it comes to my past. There are things I know I should forgive myself for, and I just haven't been able to do it yet. How difficult is it for you to forgive someone who won't apologize? Very. I hold on to a grudge, and I know I do. And I know it's not good for me or even good for them, but I tend to do that, and I think it's human. And I'm honest about it. I don't know if you can hear Joseph in the background whining. He's just pitching himself a little bit because he wants something. To what extent do you trust people? I don't. I don't trust people. I don't trust hardly anybody. And anybody who knows me can tell you that I have extreme trust issues. Do you hold any convictions you would die for? I think that's a good one to end this on. Yes, I have convictions I would die for. Anything I've said before, where, when it comes to hurting children, bullying, LGBTQ plus rights, standing up for you wonderful guys and my audience and being there for you guys, absolutely, I would die for those convictions. Yes, and anything to do with my family as well. If they need me, I would absolutely die for them, and you, as I've said before, are my family. So yeah, I've got very heavy convictions that I believe in wholeheartedly, and yeah, absolutely. So I know this wasn't as interesting as my other videos. Maybe it was for some of you guys. Either way, you got to learn a little bit about me, I'm going to try and get up the gumption to make my next video. If not, however, I definitely will be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to be back again tonight, though. So, until then, I'll see you around, you guys. See you in the next one. You know the whole thing. Please like, comment, share, subscribe with notifications on so you know when my next great videos come up. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys!